Okay, we got the all-time Chicago Bulls. You can see they're going to have Derrick Rose. They still didn't show us Derrick Rose MVP rating, but they do have the individual Derrick Rose from the MVP season. The 11-12 season Bulls will be one of the teams you can beat. And since Rose is on the all-time list, I'm pretty sure that season will be the Derrick Rose they use for the all-time Chicago Bulls. You can see players in the background, one of them being Luol Deng. There was at a certain time where Luol Deng was an all-star for the Chicago Bulls, so it makes sense. And even further in the back than that, we see some player with legs. Like, I don't know why I said somebody with legs. Everybody got legs. What do I be talking about, bruh? I don't know how many people gonna be on the all-time rosters, but they better have Tony Kukoc on it. There's somebody behind Horace Grant, so I'm guessing that's Tony Kukoc because he is about 6'9", and Horace Grant like 6'10", so it would make sense why he's taller than Tony. So that's the only person I really hope that's in the background besides Luol Deng. Other than that, I don't care about who else could possibly fill out that roster. Maybe Ben Gordon. Maybe I would care if Ben Gordon made it. It would be dope if Ben was on the team. Next, we can see Kawhi Leonard is a 95. Personally, I still believe Russell Westbrook better than Kawhi Leonard. So it's seeming as though Russell Westbrook is a 95 overall. Kawhi Leonard is a fantastic defender, a good offensive player, but like his offensive game and his defensive game should not compare him to the level of a Russell Westbrook. I don't see Kawhi Leonard getting 35 a night, but Russell do that easy, as well as play hard on defense, as well as get assists, as well as grab rebounds. So how can you compare Kawhi Leonard and Russell Westbrook to be on the same level overall? That's just a personal thing for me. I do like Kawhi Leonard as a player. I always thought he was better than Paul George. Put them both in the same situation. I feel like Paul George will score more, but Kawhi Leonard fills out the team more. And this whole smiling Kawhi thing, I don't understand where this comes from. How is smiling Kawhi 98 overall? What does that even mean, bruh? Smiling Kawhi Leonard is not even a meme. It's not a joke. I've never heard about Kawhi Leonard smiling before. I never heard about that. There's people on the internet that's known for not smiling, like Kanye West. Kawhi Leonard is not one of those people that's not known for smiling, so I don't even understand this joke. 2K reaching here, which brings us to Hoodie Melo, which is actually a meme that's currently going on. It was NBA TNT that came up with the picture of Hoodie Melo. Then they said, what would Hoodie Melo rating be? And 2K actually went and gave Hoodie Melo a rating. So I understand the Hoodie Melo joke, because TNT the one that presented it. Now 2K just pulling this smiling Kawhi out of their butt. Nobody else made this joke but 2K. That's stupid in my opinion. Smiling Kawhi is not on the same level as Hoodie Carmelo. I want y'all to understand that right now. And the joke of Hoodie Carmelo is that once he put the hoodie on, he go in beast mode. Like that's him really locked in. Nobody's stopping him once he put that hoodie on. He's really focused because his practices be amazing once he got that hoodie on. He really go hard. There should be a J.R. Smith without a shirt joke. I would understand that, but a smiling Kawhi, y'all reaching. As for the regular Carmelo rating, a 84, he's not on a good Knicks team. They not getting a winning record, so I can't speak on his rating individually. Hopefully, he gets out of New York and gets on an actual contender so we can see playoff Carmelo back in action. I hate seeing Carmelo not in a playoff run. I hate the fact that Carmelo's never had help like he wanted since he got to New York. Amari was supposed to be there for him, but as we all know, Amari got injured, and that was the downfall of the Knicks before they could even get started fully. Amari Stoudemire was going crazy before Carmelo came, so that's what really drew Carmelo to the New York, as well as that being his home city. And once he got there, Amari got hurt, so he really had no other options. Iman Shumpert was showing a lot of promise. He ended up getting hurt. Amon Shumpert's looking like Dwayne Wade his rookie year, if y'all do remember that playoff run. And he got injured, as well as Baron Davis that year. So Carmelo just had a lot of bad luck in New York, so hopefully he can get out of there. Houston could be a destination for him. Hopefully he just can get somewhere where Melo can be Melo, and we can see if he still got the juice or not. That's all that it takes at this point. A good team for him to be on that make the playoffs, so we can see if Melo has the juice. All-time Paul Pierce is a 94 overall, one of the greatest Boston Celtic of all time. I'm expecting Larry Bird to be at least a 96, 97. My man Paul Pierce was amazing. I loved the 94 rating. His jump shot was butter. It was so silky when he was in his prime. For him to be such a slow player, to get exactly where he needed to on the court and pull up in your face, he was a monster at it. He was a monster at it. He knew how to use his size and weight to perfection. He is the exact player that you need to talk about with little athleticism, but that did not hold him back because his IQ. His footwork was amazing. His jump shot was even better. Paul Pierce was somebody you weren't stopping in his prime. I love the truth. He held it down in the early 2000s. He finally did get a ring once he teamed up with Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett. But he never really had help individually as a Boston Celtic, so that's why they did have to form that big three over there, and Rondo ended up being a star as well. So I like the 94 rating. Paul Pierce in his prime was a monster. He wasn't going to win MVP because of players like Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe, just players like that in his era. So that would easily stop him from even contending for the MVP award. But it just great to see that he being acknowledged and respected, even though he didn't get a farewell tour. He's an amazing player in his generation. I don't want nobody to disrespect Paul Pierce. I forgot who did disrespect him last year because he ain't get no because he ain't get no farewell tour like Kobe. I don't understand what was the point of that, because we all know and respect Paul Pierce. So whoever said that, I forgot who it was at this point. That wasn't even cool. Let the man just retire. I love Paul Pierce. I ain't pay him no mind growing up, but I can't sit here and say that I did not appreciate his game once I did understand basketball more. Paul Pierce is the truth. I'm glad he got 94 rating. Last but not least, De'Aaron Fox. I ain't even get to talk about LeBron rating, so I might throw that screenshot. I feel like they're just throwing rookies ratings this year. Like, this is bananas. Understand this is a good draft class, or it's projected to be a good draft class, but the fact that everybody is getting these high ratings is ridiculous to me. De'Aaron Fox is a good player. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He's all about speed, getting to the bucket. He's like, compared to John Wall, he doesn't have a consistent jump shot, so we don't know how he's going to play on defense against this NBA level. So this 77 is being a little generous. I like De'Aaron Fox. I don't know. Am I reaching? Is he a 77 in your opinion? Let's move on to LeBron and D Wade. I don't know how true this is, but before 2K even released this screenshot, LeBron was not even a 97. That makes me so upset. The rating system here in 2K is absolutely making no sense. This LeBron James we are currently looking at is the best LeBron James has ever played. Reese, how can you make that assumption? His playoff run was phenomenal. This season, him in the playoff has been matched by nobody. Throughout the first 3 rounds, he was shooting 50% from the 3-point line. LeBron James actually shooting above 40% from the 3-point line is astonishing to me. And he was shooting a consistent 50. LeBron was going crazy these playoff runs. Not to mention the fact that once they hit the NBA Finals against this Warriors team, he averaged a triple-double, ladies and gentlemen. This LeBron James is the best we've seen in a playoff run. It was too bad that his triple-double got overshadowed by the Golden State Warriors. They didn't even stand a chance. That was the thing. LeBron was dominating, and they still didn't even come close to beating the Warriors. That let you know how dominant the Warriors team was. And the fact that they were scratching to give him a 97, 2K, you need to be drop kicked by somebody. They need to stop disrespecting these players in their ratings. I don't understand that at all, ladies and gentlemen. As well as Dwayne Wade being an 84. The fact that they gave Derrick Rose a 78, I'm not understanding what's going on here. Dwayne Wade averaged the same exact stat line as Derrick Rose, but Dwayne Wade gets the 84 push, but Derrick Rose gets the 78. Derrick Rose played one more game than D Wade. Derrick Rose shot 3 field goal percentage higher than Dwayne Wade. Is it a defensive thing? I don't know. I don't know why they're being biased against Derrick Rose. The fact they gave him that low rating, and Dwayne Wade is chilling here in the middle. 84, I guess that's okay, because if you give him Melo at 84, D Wade ain't that far ahead of Melo. So I understand that 84 for Melo and D Wade, but Derrick Rose easily in that same conversation of an 84 if that's where we're basing these older superstars. Let me know what y'all think.